Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. We're going to talk about why does our narcissist ignore us? They love to use the silent treatment. Sometimes they're for long periods of time. Sometimes they can be intermittent. A lot of the times we're trying to figure out exactly what wrong. A lot of times it seems like it's out of the blue. They're trying to punish us for things that we didn't even know that they're starting to get upset about. We might have done something that they didn't like, so they ignore us as a way of showing us they're upset with us. It might be they start to devalue us. It could be something, all of a sudden our skin color isn't the right color, or somebody made a comment about our weight, so now they don't see us as valuable. Whatever the situation might be, it could be an action, it can be something that you didn't even do, to where it's out of the blue, and it starts to affect us. Silent treatments, I think, are some of the most painful things to go through, because you try to communicate with them. And often, like if you say, please don't do that because it hurts me, as soon as you say it hurts you, it gives them power. It gives them like a motivation to keep doing it. They don't take it to heart and stop and go, oh, I'm hurting you, I should stop doing this. So, everyone, we've all been ignored before. Sometimes, we get irritated too, but the narcissist is the master at ignoring people, and they know how to do it in such a way that they thrive on our pain, and it's just a punishment for something that they think that we did wrong to them. And it starts us going crazy in our head, trying to figure out how to make it better, what we did wrong. So not only are we just being ignored, we don't even know why. And that's what's often really hard. Sometimes we can kind of tell, and other times it's so out of the blue. And we don't have the opportunity to talk it out with the narcissist because they've completely shut down. They just want to regain control in their life, and they want to gain control over us. We might have done something that they didn't approve of, so now we get the silent treatment. Instead of talking it through with us or explaining what their feelings are, they might rage first, then shut down. A lot of times they just don't even say anything. They just give you that like dirty look or a glare, and they don't feel they need to even tell us what's going on. They just jump into ignoring us. They'll do that quickly, and it helps protect them from what is known as like a narcissistic injury, something that hurt their ego. So if we become a threat to their ego, their unstable sense of self, they kind of move into a type of mode that helps them maintain self-preservation, and they just do that through ignoring us. It can go on to full-on silent treatment, and I've been through that for months on end, when things were good, and all of a sudden you don't even know what's going on. Maybe they have a new supply, or maybe we did something wrong. Whatever it is a lot of times even instantaneous. And it's just due to how unstable they are within themselves. And it's just a manipulation tactic, and it's how they feel that they can protect themselves so we don't get hurt again. Because if they have to open up about their feelings, they're addressing things. They don't like to address things. They don't like to take accountability. And when the narcissist ignores us, this is something that we should take to heart. It's really not about us. We take it personally. They're lashing out at us silently, but actually it's really about them, about the inner struggles or the low self-esteem that they have. They're unable to resolve conflict. They lack object constancy. I did a video on that. They also have a fragility about them. They just want to protect themselves. They don't want to lose any more supply. So they kind of gain supply by twisting it around, and making us feel guilty, making us feel like we were in the wrong. So then we're going to start to do extra things for them. We're going to try to make it better, and they get a kick out of that. And so a lot of times that just prolongs the silence. So when the ignoring comes when they need to replenish a supply that's dwindling. It's weird how they all of a sudden devalue us instead of spending more time with us. You would think they would get an energy off of positivity. Unfortunately, in the devaluation stage, it's the opposite. The love bombing is the future faking, or a false, I should put it this way, a false sense of reality. Because sometimes they kind of follow through whether they plan on marrying you. It's just for the supply, though. It's not for you as a person, which is really hard to take. They did see something good in you. That's what they wanted to mirror. But they just get lax and return to who they really are. And they're full of pain. They're full of an inability to resolve issues. They get exhausted trying to talk to us about it. They just want to like disappear from the situation instead of handling it. And that's kind of how they disappear from it. So it's really hurtful to us because you should be able to work through things, or, we can't even take accountability because often we don't even know what happened. The reason that led to them ignoring us, we got to remember it's not really important, because the reason often won't make sense to an outsider. Like, that's why you ignored me, because I folded the towel wrong. Like, you couldn't just tell me that. So trying to figure out what we did wrong, it's kind of pointless to get into the mind of a narcissist. They do whatever is going to work for them. They don't care about how it affects us. They just, in that moment, want to preserve against any narcissistic injury, or to punish us for making them feel a certain way. Often it's just something within their head that caused it. And I want to clarify what I mean on that. It's just an outside stimulus that they brought into their head that they didn't like. Bipolar is when it starts from within. So the narcissist is reacting from something on the outside, just some little thing that makes them feel not as valued or powerful as they feel they're entitled to. It's hard to understand why they choose that, because it is so damaging. And sometimes it comes out of the blue, which makes it even more hard for us to understand. Is this from the past? Is this from today? You're going to do this again. We can't talk through it to protect ourselves. Like, please don't do it, to where we have a safe spot now. It's not the right way to handle it. It's extremely abusive. It's childlike. And they just don't want to take accountability. They want to put us down, because in their mind, putting us down, it's like everything in the universe is in balance. And so when they put us down, they feel that they're in a better state. They're back in control, because now they have control of our emotions. We're trying to make things better. So we're kissing their butt, or coddling to them, or we're just giving them like time away to where they can do whatever they want. So if something happened, now they're not going to wash the dishes with us because they're doing the silent treatment. It's just a way to get out of things. So just be aware that the silent treatment it is damaging, and there should be no tolerance for that. You should, at least acknowledge the person, say what you're upset about, and talk about it later. A lot of times that narcissist doesn't even address what's wrong. And the more you try to talk to them, a lot of times it prolongs it. Also, don't give them the tools that they'll take to continue it on. So if you say something like, it really hurts me when you did that. My dad did that all the time. Now they're going to use that tool thing. When we tell them what hurts us, they might not use it in that exact instance, but they're going to use that for later on to punish us, or to cut us down, or to, squash our good day. They'll bring up, there you go, acting like your dad again, when we're not. We're trying not to do things. We're trying to have a better life. We're trying to lead things the right way. And the narcissist can be so abusive. I just thought it was interesting to understand why they do that. It's like the most hurtful thing. I had it where, I'm asking, are you alive or dead? And months went on. And, I'm trying to be respectful, not reaching out to family because I hadn't met them yet. And being respectful at the cost of like crying, like hysterical. I'm being respectful while I'm being disrespected. And that was pain that I should not have gone through for such a prolonged time, that years later, I still have CPTSD from it. I'm not even comfortable in my own body because, I was even explaining, like, I feel like, it's kind of like, if your child's kidnapped, you don't know if they're alive or dead, you don't know what to believe, and you're just asking them, just give me some closure on this, and the silent treatment continues. So they leave you in that limbo stage, which is even more traumatic. Tell me the relationship's over, I know what to mourn, or tell me, you just we'll talk in a month, you just need time to process things, or whatever. But when you're in that limbo stage, that's also with this future faking, you're left in a state of limbo, and if you've gone through these silent treatments, sometimes you're like, when is this ever going to end? Sometimes they can be, mine were months, and then we just talk again like nothing's wrong. If you try to address it, you'll get like, either they're going to put it back on you. And sometimes we feel guilty. We reverse Hoover by apologizing. We're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. And we don't even know what we're apologizing for. So when you're in these relationships, just look for red flags. Watch for those in any new person that you start dating or hanging around with, because narcissists aren't always about relationships. They can be about like love relationships. They can be people at work. They can be your neighbor. They can be, sometimes even people at the grocery store that check you out. People can damage us. So try to surround yourself with the right kind of people, be aware of red flags, set your boundaries, don't take what you shouldn't take. And sometimes you have to remove yourself from the situation. So just keep healing. Let me know if you have any topics you'd like to have a video made on. I have one-on-ones available, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.